What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog here with another New York Giants video. Thank you for clicking on the video. As always, do appreciate you watching. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. It helps out the video huge. Hit the subscribe, ring the bell. That way you know when I drop a video like this, go live, do Yankee games. We do live for the Yankees tomorrow, talking Giants Thursday on this channel. And, of course, just all kinds of sports stuff going on. It's getting to be a fun time of the year. Training camp opens up tomorrow, and the Giants will have a welcome addition coming in, and that is the one and only Saquon Barkley. The New York Giants and Saquon Barkley agreed to terms today, $10.1 million, which is a franchise tag. He also got an extra $900,000 in incentives, pushing up to $11 million. It included a $2 million signing bonus, and there is no clause that precludes them from adding the tag in 2024. Very pleasantly surprised by this because, honestly, I mean, it's $900,000, a lot of money to you and me. In the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't seem like a lot, but whatever it takes. Joe Schoen has been unbelievable in this offseason, getting Sexy Dexy done, getting Daniel Jones done, bringing in Paris Campbell, trading for Darren Waller, bringing in Bobby Okereke. The draft was unbelievable with the Banks, Schmitz, and Jalen Hyatt, and I think Eric Gray was a huge steal in the 5th round. I think Joe Schoen has just been unbelievable. He's been very good for us, and you got to be excited as a Giants fan. And I did a live stream last night talking about why do we have to choose? Like some guys were, all about the fact Saquon's being greedy, and some guys are like, oh, they should have never gave Daniel Jones money. Well, now we don't have to choose because they're both back here. And Saquon Barkley certainly adds a dynamic inclusion in the offense. There's no question about it, man. Saquon Barkley is he's a huge, quite frankly. He's a huge piece of what the Giants do on offense. And the thing that always got me excited thinking about what the offense can bring this year is if Darren Waller stays healthy. We know how good he was with Oakland, making the Pro Bowl a couple of times and having 1,000-yard seasons receiving. When you have a guy like Saquon, who's a dynamic running back, one of the most explosive backs in the league, you got a guy like Daniel Jones, who's also very mobile. You hope that the addition of John Michael Schmitz, an extra year of Evan Neal, being in the league. Andrew Thomas is what Andrew Thomas is, and you got a couple of guards in Bredesen and Glowinski that are veterans. You hope this offensive line starts to come together and you can run the ball effectively. When you can run the ball effectively, that makes the play action more effective, makes them linebackers freeze, allows Darren Waller to run open in between the numbers. And also when you add that outside speed, that sheer speed in Paris Campbell and Jalen Hyatt, what this Giants offense can be this year, who knows? Okay, so it's something to definitely look forward to. It's very exciting that Saquon Barkley is going to be back here. Personally, I didn't think he would be back here for training camp or the preseason games, and I doubt he'll play in any preseason games anyway. If he does, he might get a series or two. But it's got to be good. Saquon Barkley certainly can't be happy with the deal, but I'm sure Saquon Barkley's happy to be back playing football. I'm sure he's happy to be there for the start of training camp, to be there with his guys, those guys in the clubhouse, the locker room rather, they're going to be excited to have him back. And again, I think what this shows from Saquon Barkley, I'm not going to say, oh, Saquon was desperate. I'm not going to say any of that. I think what this shows is Saquon is the high character guy we thought he was. He did get a little bit of extra money, so maybe they did what they could to bring him back here, for 2023. What happens after this year, we'll wait and see. We have to wait until 2024. But the most important thing is that Saquon Barkley is going to be a Giant in 2023, which, again, I figured he would be. He wasn't going to turn down $10.1 million, but I really didn't see them coming to a deal this early. So whatever Joe Schoen whispered in his ear, whatever Joe Schoen's doing, it's working. He's got the magic touch. He's got that Midas touch right now. Everything that he touches turns to gold. And again, I'm just super excited to see what this offense can be. There's all this talk about how Daniel Jones got overpaid. I mentioned this in the live stream last night, man. I've mentioned this. I've drilled this home a number of times, this supply and demand. People say Daniel Jones is overpaid, and maybe Daniel Jones was overpaid. But you know what? When the housing market, when it's a seller's market, and there's not a lot of houses on the market, and the house, someone's selling their house for $400,000, Someone might come in and go, I'm going to give you $425 for it. They're going to offer more because there's just not a lot of houses. Houses! You see how I did that, Shady? You see how I tie it all together? See how I tie that all together? Well, Daniel Jones is a house. And the housing market in the NFL, as far as quarterbacks go, supply low, demand high. So maybe they get overpaid. It doesn't matter anymore. Daniel Jones got his money. Saquon's here for 2023. Going forward, they'll see what they can do. Maybe they do work out a long-term deal depending on what he does this year. Maybe they tag him again. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm excited about what this offense can be. A year under Daboll and Kafka, Daniel Jones, more confident, contract behind him. Saquon, I don't believe Saquon. Somebody mentioned last night, he might take plays off. He might feign injury. I don't think Saquon's that kind of guy. I can't see Saquon Barkley doing that. There are definitely some guys in the NFL that will feign injury because they don't want to play. I'm not going to mention his name, but he's injured. He wears a red jersey. He's injured. He hurt his knee. I won't mention any names, though. But I don't see Saquon Barkley being that type of player at all. I think Saquon Barkley's going to come in there. I think he's going to give it his all like he always does. Again, I'm just excited that he's back. And I'm sure a lot of Giants fans are happy to have him back. No question about it. This offense can definitely be better than it was last year. It can continue to grow. And again, when you add all these weapons and you get Saquon back and you get Daniel Jones back and you have built around these guys in the offseason, outside and inside, drafting a center in the second round, I'm not going to say the sky's the limit because we don't know what the sky is. We don't know what the limit is with these players. But it's going to be a much more dynamic offense. And the fact that they got all this stuff behind them now and they can just go in and they can just focus on football. Saquon's going to get the questions. You know that. That's the New York media. They're gonna give him these questions. But the good thing is they can get these questions out of the way early in training camp, but it doesn't, linger on. It doesn't become a distraction. Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll, they're not going to have to answer questions every day from the media. Oh, I got any farther from Saquon? What's the deal with Saquon? Is Saquon coming in? When's the deal? Have you heard anything about Saquon? Do you know when he might be here? Do you know when he might not be here? Is he going to hold out the season? They don't have to answer those questions. The first couple of days, Saquon's going to be bombarded with questions. Shane, Daboll, that's going to happen. But again, you get it out of the way the first week of training camp, but they're not really doing a whole hell of a lot. They're just kind of warming up, getting their feet underneath them, conversing and, getting, hey, what's up, bro? Good to see, whatever. They get all that, the pleasantries out of the way, and then they'll get ready to put the pads on and start smacking each other a week. But I don't think that they're going to have to answer these questions about Saquon Barkley. So not only do you get Saquon Barkley in there for training camp, get him ready for week 1 against Dallas, which is a huge game. There's no question about it. We haven't beaten Dallas in 3 years. It's going to set the tone of the season. You want your best players on the field. Saquon will be 100% ready to go. He'll be in complete football shape for that game. So you're excited about that. But more so, I think it's really good that the Giants got this out of the way, and this will not be a distraction going forward. And they could just get back to, the grindstone, put their nose down, and square up their shoulder pads and get ready to play some damn football. I'm excited about it. I hope you guys and girls are too. Anyway, thank you for watching. Always appreciate it. I'll be live for, like I said, the Yankees and Mets tomorrow night. And then, of course, we'll be live on this channel for Chris and the Baddog talking Giants on my big birthday. Hope to see you then. It's a bad diggity dizzle, and I'm out. Peace.